Huh? Oh, hey everyone, Artfinity here, and I am back with another drawing video. And for this one, I have a question before I start. Have you guys ever made a drawing and you don't quite like how it turned out, so you decided to completely start over? Even if it's a speed paint? Yeah, that's kind of what I did. And anybody who's actually seen Life is Strange is actually gonna get a kick out of this. Because we're starting over! Hey everyone, Artfinity here, and I am back with another drawing video. And this one is actually from a game called Life is Strange. And a lot of you might have heard of this game before. I don't know. But just to tell you a little bit about it for those who haven't, the person I'm drawing is actually a person named Max Caulfield, which is from Life is Strange. And the cool gist about the game is it bases itself on two things, and those are time travel, rewinding time kind of only, and also the butterfly effect, which means every decision you make contributes to bigger decisions later on. And if you're anything like me, you pretty much go through all the solutions that are actually the wrong one before you find the right one. But a good thing about that is there's an actual redo button, because you can rewind time, and it's nice and it's dandy. And the game is actually really fun to play. It's actually very story rich, which surprised me. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to go through. And as far as the actual speed paint, I wanted to draw something right from the beginning of the game. I don't even know if this is even considered spoilers, but if you know anything about the game, you'll probably recognize this scene. It's right at the start where she's walking through a hurricane thing, and she's just like, hey, this probably isn't good. But as far as what I actually did for this drawing, I can tell you guys a little bit about it, and also why I decided to redo it. So essentially with the first drawing that I made, I thought it was okay with how it turned out, but it still looked kind of weird. I can probably pull up the drawing so you can see what I'm talking about. I thought it came out okay, but I just looked at it and I thought I can do better. Even though I'm not very good with realism, and I don't think I've ever colored a realism drawing in colored pencils before, but I don't know, I guess I can show the rest of that speed paint at the end or something. It'll just be the end screen, and hopefully that makes it okay. But yeah, I guess a good lesson to learn here is you're not always 100% happy with the way a drawing turns out, and sometimes you do need to redo it. But I'm glad I redid it. I like this one way more. It had a background that is a pain in the butt background, but that probably doesn't surprise anyone anymore. I think people have actually come to expect it. Yeah, as far as what I actually did with the background though, I started in with, what are the things called? Watercolors? I started in with watercolors, just to kind of plant like a foundation, base colors. I was using the paint bucket tool in traditional, which was the paint, but I don't understand. And I just blocked in the flat colors and stuff with the background, and also with Max, as you'll see later. So I blocked those in, and then I actually went in and added more detail with the colored pencils afterwards. And the only reason I kind of did it that way, I guess, was to kind of save Prismacolors, because I'm very heavy-handed, and these things are very soft, so if I actually made the entire background pressing on them, the carpal tunnel would probably be very real, and I would also have destroyed a good portion of my colored pencils. Especially the navy blue ones and the black ones. Those things are so close to spent, I'm just like, oh no, what am I gonna do? But yeah, I do like how the drawing turned out, actually, especially the background, but in the final drawing you're just gonna see that I blur it out. It's just like, oh yeah, so much detail only to get blurred out, but it adds depth of field. That's my excuse at least. But yeah, it was really fun to try this out, because I don't think I've ever colored anything in realism before, in colored pencils. Like, usually if I have drawn realism, it's been in black and white, so this was definitely an interesting learning process. But a cool thing about it is that manga and realism are actually kind of close as far as coloring. I mean, in manga you're more okay with making super jagged lines, but in realism it's like you still use the same colors, you just blend more. At least that's what I'm doing, if that's doing it right. But that's what I did. And I don't know about you guys, but I was kind of in full panic mode with the drawing, which is why I started with the background first. And when I was working on the actual drawing half that's Max, I was freaked out because it was just a sketch, and I was just like, why doesn't this look like her? Like, it kind of looks like her, but it doesn't look like her. And it just all fell into place when I started actually adding the colors. And I think that happens a lot with realism. It doesn't look like what it's supposed to look like until it's almost done. So the entire time I was just like, work through it. It'll work if you just keep working through it. And I said that not entirely believing it, but then it actually turned out working out that way in the end, and I was super happy. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the drawing. It's something a little different from what I normally do because it's semi-realism, and usually I draw more manga-themed stuff. This was definitely a great learning experience for me. I've learned a lot of stuff that I want to incorporate into other drawings now. But again, let me know what you think, and also if you've tried any semi-realism or realism drawings like this before and how they went. And I guess also, wow, there's a lot of questions for this one. What do you do when a drawing doesn't turn out the way you want it to? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!